in a last-ditch effort to hold Little Round Top.
Wow.
Taken completely by surprise.
Hey guys, it's the Loud Guys. Today we are going to react to the Battle of Gettysburg, and this is known as one of the most historic battles of like the Civil War, and that happened in America. And we don't know much about the Civil War. Also, I'm very like eager to watch the oversimplified video also, because I think so they have a two-part video where they tell everything about what happened and in a very simple and easy way to understand, and that is like very easy way to understand the whole of history, because normally if you speak like in completely in battle languages and all of this, so many people find it very boring, but oversimplified videos are very entertaining to watch. But the thing is, in this video it will be only focused about the Battle of Gettysburg. And the thing is like I am Vanchika was reading about it, and it was about like it had the most casualties, and it was one of the deadliest war day that can happen, and it was very deadly battle. So let us hear about it.
Same, I also don't have that much idea about it, and to be honest, I was not having that much interest in the history. But after watching this kind of videos, I'm getting interest in the history, and I'm always curious to know about the history and about the science video, what is going on and what happened basically in the past. So same, I am so much excited to watch the video, and I wanted to know why this happened, why this war basically happened. And Parvin told me that it was basically this war happened because of the racism, kind of racism, and basically this war happened between the white people and the black people. And to be honest, I don't have that much idea. So yeah, I'm so much excited to watch it, and this video is going to be very informative, and I hope we're gonna learn a lot from this video. So yeah, let's watch the video.
Yeah, so let's hear about the Battle of Gettysburg.
With Vicksburg under siege, the Confederacy was on the brink of losing control of the Mississippi River, which would make winning the war all but impossible for the South.
Oh.
Desperate to break the siege of Vicksburg, Lee proposed a second invasion of the North. By threatening Washington, Lee hoped to force Grant to abandon his campaign in order to march north to protect the capital. Jefferson Davis approved Lee's plan, and the Army of Northern Virginia marched north into Pennsylvania. The outcome of the war and the fate of the country now hinged on the fighting that would take place in the summer of 1863. On July 1st, 1863, Confederate forces marched toward the small town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, in the hopes of raiding Union supplies stored in the town. The Confederates were taken by surprise by a Union garrison near the town, which attacked the small rebel force. After skirmishing throughout the afternoon, the Union troops retreated and withdrew to the heights on the outskirts of the town, while the Confederates occupied Gettysburg. All through the night, reinforcements for both sides converged on Gettysburg, turning what started as a small skirmish into the greatest battle in the Civil War. Robert E. Lee, who had arrived in the afternoon, was determined to strike a definitive blow against the Union that would turn the tide of the war in the South's favor. He told his subordinates, "I'm going to whip them here, or they are going to whip me." On the morning of July 2nd, the Union held the high ground and stationed artillery on a set of hills on both sides of their lines. Knowing the hills gave the Union a strategic advantage, Lee ordered the heights taken. In a flurry of confusion and panic, the Union had mistakenly left the most important hill on their left flank, known as Little Round Top, completely undefended and vulnerable to Confederate attack. Both Union and Confederate forces rushed frantically to take Little Round Top, but Union troops got there first. Still rushing into position, the scant 20th Maine Regiment, under the command of Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, was forced to fight off a furious onslaught and hold the hill at all costs. Outnumbered and outpositioned, Chamberlain's men repelled 5 separate Confederate assaults before running dangerously low on bullets and ammunition. With not enough ammo to hold the hill, Chamberlain boldly ordered a bayonet charge and took his men headlong downhill from their defensive positions in a last-ditch effort to hold Little Round Top. Taken completely by surprise, the Confederates were driven from the hill, and Chamberlain's regiment captured 400 rebel soldiers. Most historians hail Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain as the hero of the Battle of Gettysburg. Many believe that his bold tactics not only impacted the course of the battle, but also the outcome of the Civil War. Confederate forces also staged an assault on Union defensive positions on Cemetery Ridge and along the Union right flank at Cemetery Hill and Culp's Hill. After fierce fighting, the Confederate attack is ultimately repelled. By the end of the second day, Union forces still held the high ground and retained control of their defensive positions on both of their flanks. In order to win the battle, Lee would now have to launch an all-out attack on the Union center and the heavily entrenched defenses at Cemetery Ridge. Despite objections from his subordinates, Lee insisted that the assault would succeed. At 1 o'clock in the afternoon on July 3rd, Lee ordered his artillery to open fire on the Union center in an attempt to soften Union defenses before the impending attack. Union artillery at Cemetery Ridge returned fire sporadically in order to save ammunition for the attack they knew was coming. Finally, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Lee ordered General George Pickett to march 13,000 men a mile and a half across the center of the battlefield and attack Union positions along Cemetery Ridge. As the Confederates marched into the open, Union cannons opened fire from every position, annihilating Pickett's men with every shot.
Oh my God.
When Confederate troops got within 200 yards of Union lines, Union infantrymen opened fire all at once with their rifles and mowed down the rebels. The attack, which is infamously known as Pickett's Charge, was a complete failure. It effectively ended the battle and delivered a catastrophic defeat to the Confederacy. In all, over 165,000 men fought in the Battle of Gettysburg. Union forces, under the command of General George Meade, suffered over 23,000 casualties, including over 3,100 killed, over 14,000 wounded, and over 5,300 missing or captured. Confederate forces, under the command of General Robert E. Lee, suffered over 28,000 casualties, including over 3,900 killed, over 18,000 wounded, and over 5,400 missing or captured.
Oh my God.
So why did this battle matter? The Army of Northern Virginia suffered losses it could not afford. Over 28,000 Confederate soldiers were either dead, wounded, or missing after the Battle of Gettysburg. Essentially, Robert E. Lee lost a third of his entire army in the battle. The disaster of Pickett's Charge was especially devastating to Lee's numbers. The Army of Northern Virginia would never recover from the losses inflicted at Gettysburg. The Battle of Gettysburg turned the tide of the war in the Union's favor. For Lee, the crushing loss at Gettysburg effectively ended any hope of successfully invading the North and forcing Abraham Lincoln to sue for peace. Instead, Lee was forced to endeavor a long and brutal retreat back to Virginia, with thousands of sick and wounded men in tow. Without any chance to end the war by invading the North, the Confederacy would now have to fight a defensive war and repel a Union invasion of the South that was sure to follow. Achieving victory while defending a vast territory would prove to be a difficult prospect for the Confederacy.
It is kind of insane how the bloodiest war in the history started from the only small encounter, and it really shows how the lack of intelligence can do the things. And I was imagining myself and the incidents which was happening in the Gettysburg, so I was feeling very bad for the people, and I was also imagining how the stripper used to come there, and how basically there was not the good condition because there was so much fought between the people, and a lot of people suffered from this, and a lot of people got killed in this battle. So I'm feeling very sad, and this all happened only because of the small encounter, accidental encounter basically. And I think we all have changed because of the education, because if we would be same, if there was no education, we would be, so there would be same fights like earlier. So I'm feeling so lucky that people are educated in these days. People are getting educations, and their point of view, their perspective are changing, and basically we they are not like their ancestor. They are ignoring the little, small things. So I'm feeling happy on the same side, and I'm feeling also sad because of the videos, because of the battles, the things. After getting the information, I'm feeling so sad. So yeah, I think we should learn a lot of thing video, and I think we should also learn that we should ignore the little bit things which we can basically ignore on our level. So yeah, this was a very informative video for me.
Yes, and as far as the battle is concerned, it was very very interesting to know how each of everyone was using their tactics. How like that part was the best one, where Union one people were they're holding the top side, and they were like, okay, let's go without our like weapons and let's just attack them with our swords, and they went for it, and everybody just went for it, and due to that, it just made Confederates very shocked about it, and they were like taken aback, and they ran away and even tried to save themselves. So these are the kind of tactics, and they say like weapons don't win you the war, bravery does, and that is what happened in that part of time also. And the thing was, when Confederates tried to counterattack next time, they suffered a big loss, and this is the loss that they suffered, after which they were like in no mood to like go and capture again, and that is why the Union were now in a very good position now. So we don't know much about it. We are learning some and small parts of Civil War also, and many people in the comments were like they are doing this because of their homework. So it is kind of a homework for us also. We are trying to understand what American Civil War is, and how it had happened, and what like caused all of it, and what happened after it. So we'll learn more about it in future videos also. So how did you guys find this video? Do let us know in the comment section below. So do like, share, and
Subscribe.
bye.